Hey guys, it's me, PizzaPop14, and today we're doing a Halloween video with me and my dad. That's my dad. And
I'm his dad. I created him
No.
with dark magic
Yeah, dark magic.
from my
What?
So, yeah, today we're going to talk about a wonderful family film. It really is about family too. It's called.
Sleepaway Camp.
You better talk louder than that. It's called Sleepaway Camp.
Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah, we're fighting depression with my Depresso mug. Depression. It's so good. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Sleepaway Camp. We're going all out for Halloween this year. I'm editing a Halloween video, but we're shooting this Halloween slasher movie review in the middle of it. So why not? Clive.
Yeah.
What's the story of Sleepaway Camp? Talk about it.
Alright, so the story of Sleepaway Camp is, so the weirdest part I think about it, when you really think about it. Oh wait, I should.
Talk about the movie. Say what it's about.
Alright, so the movie is about,
The beginning of Sleepaway Camp
I can't remember.
is a dad
Yeah.
and his kids. He has a boy and a girl, and they are swimming. And what, they fall off a boat? Yeah, they fall out of the boat.
Yeah.
And
The boat flips over.
the boat flips over. But it turns out there's some other kids that they are doing water skiing, and the boat, they're not paying attention somehow, and
Kind of stupid.
nobody ever pays attention at camp. They don't pay attention when they were supposed to be watching Jason. They weren't paying attention when they were driving the boat. And what happens? They end up running over and killing the dad. And
Go to jail.
it looked like they killed one of the kids too. They ran over one of the children. It looks like they ran over the little.
I think it's the boy. I don't really remember.
I can't. You know what? I can't remember if they showed you which kid died or not. But anyway, so then you cut to, like, what was it, like 10 or 12 years later? Blah blah blah. Some whatever.
Yeah.
Jump skip 12 years later or whatever, you know. But then there's a little boy and a little girl, and they're going to camp. The cat wants to jump up here. So the little boy and the little girl are going to camp, and the boy's mama
Hey.
is the little
do that.
girl's
Hey,
auntie,
Get out of
right?
here.
So the boy's mom is the little girl's aunt, and she acts like a total psychopath.
Oh, I remember what it is. I knew I wouldn't forget. I just kept reminding myself. In fact, I tied a string around my finger so I wouldn't forget. See? And I didn't.
Everything about that woman is funny and creepy and weird, and she's just great. She's just overacting so much. But then they go to camp, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Well, I think camp was wonderful because
Hey,
it gives all the little boys opportunities to talk to a bunch of little girls, and that's why we all go to summer camp in the first place.
Well, the cat's up here. now.
The cat's up here, and you know. The weirdest thing, I think, at the beginning of that movie was something I didn't really expect, which was the obvious child predator in the movie. That was kind of weird and unexpected. And then the fact that the old man working with him is just laughing.
There ain't no such thing as being too young. You're just too old.
Like it's funny. Like it's not like he's taking that child predator seriously at all, which is strange. So like what happens though when they're at camp?
So there's like one part where one guy at camp. I think it was like what the frick was that guy's name? Like the kid.
I don't remember anybody's name except the main character. The main character is Angela.
You must be Angela. Remember, Ronnie spoke to us about her.
So one of the boys, like one of the predators or something. I don't know.
I thought there was only one predator.
I barely remember.
Crap, man.
Yeah, dude, I need to watch it again.
Oh my god. So, I remember that Angela doesn't talk, and everybody she acts weird, and I remember that there is at least 2 girls in the camp that don't like her, and they try to pick on her and bully her, but the people keep like defending her here and there, you know, like if it's another camper or a counselor or whatever.
Yeah.
But man, I just thought about how great it would have been if Ernest was in this movie. Because I mean, you think about it, it's like Ernest Goes to Camp, that came out in the 80s, and Sleepaway Camp came out in the 80s. Like, that would have been so dope to have Ernest just like show up and make a cameo. It was like, hey guys, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was just thinking about like how Angela's obviously like got some kind of issues. What I mean is it seems like Angela apparently is the only living person out of that group where like her dad and obviously like her brother got killed in the boat accident, so she's like a weirdo. Trauma, I don't want to mean weirdo, but you know what I mean, she's got like trauma and she's out of it, you know. She's got like PTSD, like hardcore. But you know, the kids are picking on her, and there's the part where the pedo guy, he like tries to corner her in the kitchen, which is ugh, it's horrific. But then he gets saved, or she gets saved from him.
Yeah.
But then like immediately after that, like somebody, they go into first person mode like we're playing Doom, and then somebody
Oh, I know his name.
It's like the cook guy, the predator is like trying to cook in the giant pot, but then somebody comes up behind him and like pulls a chair out from under him or something like that, and he's covered in boiling water, and he's like, ah. And the funny thing is, like, coincidentally, there said he was burning so bad that he couldn't even talk. So it's kind of funny because it's like he probably could have pointed out who did that to him. But in the script, they just made it where he's screaming so bad or he's in so much pain he can't speak. I don't know, that sounded kind of stupid. But anyway, that's fine. I'm fine with it. I don't care. The movie's fun and great. But it just turns out that, you know, like everybody who is being creepy or weird or mean to Angela ends up having something weird happen to them. And it's funny because when people start dying, the guy who owns the guy who's like the camp manager or whatever, I guess, he starts to suspect the little boy who likes Angela, and Angela has a little boy that likes her, you know. And that's great because, you know, she looks sad and depressed all the time. So it's great that there's a little boy who's like fond of her. That's nice and sweet and cute. Yeah. But while we have this little cute romance between the children, we have a slasher movie and people are getting horribly murdered, right? But here's the thing I'm trying to figure out. Is this would you say this is the best camp slasher movie?
Yes, I would.
I think I actually am gonna say that I enjoyed it more than like the original Friday the 13th, which is boring as shit until the very end.
Yeah. And
Friday the 13th Part 2 is better. But I think this movie was way more entertaining. Like, I really couldn't wait to see what was going on with all the drama between Angela and the other kids who were trying to pick on her stuff. It's almost like it had a Revenge of the Nerds kind of thing. It's you know what I mean, with the whole people picking on each other kind of angle. But then there's also a camp / somebody killing people at the camp. And it's funny because if you think about it, like in Friday the 13th, there is nothing like that. There is no story in Friday the 13th.
How's that beer treating you, beer snob?
Better than my own piss. You can drink that, by the way. Yours, hers, mine, your. Every swear to God, piss is sterile.
For the record, you will never drink my piss.
It's just, there are people, and there's like, oh, here's the guy in the wheelchair, and he dies. Like, that's his character, is he's a guy in a wheelchair.
Wait, I just realized something.
Everybody in Friday the 13th just wants to make out and do drugs, and that's the story. But in Sleepaway Camp, there kind of is a story. There is things that happen other than just the killing. The killing is just like a whole extra thing that's happening during the movie, you know?
Yeah.
But what I've noticed is that this movie was so much more entertaining than I expected it to be.
Yeah. Me too.
No problem, Gino. This guy blows dead dogs. Just lay it in there. No problem, Gino. This guy blows dead dogs.
The camp manager thinks that it's the boy who is like, he got a crush on Angela. But, you know, Angela is not like a skank. So when he tries to like make a move on her, she's like, ooh, I don't know about this yet. You know, you need to slow down. And he gets frustrated, and the mean girl who likes to pick on Angela knows that it's going to make her upset. So the mean girl hooks up with that guy literally just to piss off Angela. And so you have that drama where you're like trying to figure out like, wow, what's going on? You know, what's going to happen here? But then, yeah, it's funny because with this movie, it's almost like a murder mystery because you're trying to figure out who did it. You're trying to figure out who's doing it. And the movie tries to give you the hint that maybe it's the boy, but the camp manager or whatever is the one who's like really pushing that narrative, you know, that he keeps thinking, oh my God, it's him who's doing it. And, I will say this, it's better of a mystery than the first Friday the 13th, because in the first Friday the 13th, they don't give you any clue as to who it is. At least in Sleepaway Camp, you're like, okay, well, it's probably somebody here, because you notice every time somebody kills somebody in that movie, they look at whoever it is and they say, what are you doing here?
Hey, Baba, Bob. What the hell are you doing here?
Oh, it's you. What do you want? Well?
It can't be you. It can't be. It can't be.
You know, another thing is there were not that many people that got killed in that movie. It was very low number. You know, it's like there was the guy that got burnt with the oil, the boiling water. There was the guy under the boat.
There was Ricky.
I don't remember any of those guys' names. I
Dino?
remember the girl. What happened to the girl?
Oh yeah. Wait, do you mean that stupid, idiotic girl?
I'm talking about the one that was like picking on Angela. I can't remember what happened to her. I forget.
Oh
my gosh, I just remembered something.
I remember what's going on. She was killed or like burnt so badly that she died. I think it was like a hair ironer. Yeah, I think.
Oh my God, I forgot about the ironing scene. Yeah, holy crap, that's right. That was pretty rough.
Yeah.
But then, you know, while you're talking about that, I just remembered. Do you remember the guy with was it red hair? It was like a red hair or a blonde haired guy that he had these super short shorts on. And I swear that when the movie first started, I thought he was a girl. I just thought he was a very ugly girl. And it was just weird. Yeah, people don't wear shorts like that anymore.
Good. Because that's weird.
That's the early 80s for you. People still dress like it was the 70s. So the movie plays out like a murder mystery.
Yeah.
And I think that the pacing is really good.
Yeah.
for the most part, the movie never really gets boring. I think that it was great that, you know, you're constantly trying to figure out what's going on. And I know that we need to probably wrap this up so this video doesn't end up being too long, but it is a mystery, sort of. You can kind of maybe piece together what's going on.
Yeah.
And obviously the little boy, he turns out to be like a red herring. Angela is trying to basically give the little boy another chance to go out with her or whatever. And then you have was it the manager? No, because the manager got shot with an arrow, didn't he?
I think.
I think so, because I think the manager, that's right, because the manager was attacking the little boy.
With the yeah.
Because he thought the boy was the killer, so the manager, the camp manager, was trying to kill the little boy because he thought the boy was the killer, and then somebody killed the hotel manager. He killed the camp manager. Somebody killed the camp manager, and at the very end, you got I forget who it was. I think it was one of the guys and one of the girls at the camp, and they finally, or they're looking for Angela. They're looking for the little boy, and finally they find him. And Angela's sitting there naked. The little boy? I think the little boy was naked too, right? I'm thinking, oh my God, what in the world has just been happened here? There's two underage people here. You know, this is pretty uncomfortable. And then they realize, oh, it's Angela and the little boy. And then I remember the first time I watched this movie. This is why I didn't let you watch this part, because it might traumatize you. Also, it does have
inappropriate stuff. Something
you don't want to see. Yeah.
Called it.
But the thing is like that scene. I'll never forget that scene because like you know, they walk up and they're like Angela or whatever, and then she turns around and just stands up and she's butt. But the funny thing is, the very next shot is, I want to say it's like a wide shot, and it's Angela standing there, right?
Yeah.
But she's naked, and her mouth is just open, and she's like, yeah, like that, just looking so crazy, like super effing crazy. But she's got a and balls, and the thing about it is, they do a little flashback like right before this scene, and it shows that the aunt that took Angela in, it turns out that the little girl was the one that died, not the little boy. The little boy lived, and the auntie basically raised the little boy as a girl.
Yeah.
So it's like a trans girl forced situation. And that explains because it actually is a little boy. The funny thing though is, like, to me, the uncanny creepiness of that scene is because they have this scary growling sound. And Angela's face doesn't move because it's actually a mask that they made to put over the naked man who was standing there with his junk out. So that's why the face looks so creepy, is because it's a mask that they made for the film. And then that creepy like growling sound, it almost doesn't even sound human, but the combination of all that is very unsettling. And I want to say that I saw this movie the first time with one of my friends, so I wasn't even alone, and it scared me.
Yeah.
And you know, in my opinion, like, if you're alone in the dark, that is the ultimate opportunity to be creeped out by something.
Oh, that's
but if you're scared and you're in the room with somebody and it still freaks you out, that's really freaky.
Yeah.
And that's why I think this movie has And I mean, some people might try to criticize the ending and be like, oh, it's not a big mystery or it's not a big twist or whatever. I think it was a big twist. I didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah.
And if you did see it coming, I don't know, they maybe are full of crap if they say that. But I mean, when I think about a lot of horror movies having like a ending that like hits you in the stomach, like that one's crazy. There is another one with Donald Sutherland called Don't Look Now that it's the kind of movie that I don't think you would want to watch, at least not at your current age, because most of the movie is actually about a man and his wife whose child drowns, and they go through this like awful depression because their child died. But the crazy thing about that movie is it turns into a horror movie in the last 10 seconds.
Wow.
And something really scary and creepy and weird and uncomfortable happens. And it's like, what? Anyway.
Okay, now I want to watch it.
Maybe we should do a list one day of like 10 of the most insane horror movie endings. Because that one would have to be on there. Because that whole movie... It's not even a horror movie until the very end. But anyway, I digress. We're supposed to be talking about Sleepaway Camp. But yeah, I think Sleepaway Camp was entertaining. The ending is totally screwed up. It caught me off guard. It legitimately creeped me out. I think Sleepaway Camp is when it comes to like slasher movies, I think it is S tier. I think it's an S tier slasher movie. Like, it may not be totally balls to the wall when it comes to the actual murders and the kills. Yeah. It doesn't have the awesome creativity and special effects of like Nightmare on Elm Street or something like that. But I think for a pretty low budget movie, because you can tell it's low budget from looking at it. Yeah. I mean, I think this movie's pretty awesome. Like, it's definitely worth a watch. And I mean, they have. You can watch this movie in HD now, and it's pretty sweet. Like, and I mean, honestly, you're gonna laugh a lot because there's so much funny over the top crap, and then it's early '80s, so you got dudes walking around in booty shorts, and I mean, what's not to love about this movie? So you got any final thoughts on Sleepaway Camp?
So one of my final thoughts. Bro, that movie is so good. Like, dang, that was my first time watching it, and that was really scary. I'm like, dude, how? I'm like, it was like an old movie, but dude, like the ending, that it's weird and creepy.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing.
Well, I can tell you, man, if you actually saw the ending, it would probably give you nightmares because it's very creepy. It's very uncanny. Oh. Yeah, it's like that. I mean, it's like I said, it's because of that mask and that weird noise and the fact that since it's a mask, the face doesn't move. Yeah. So, it's just everything about it. It's like, honestly, the fact that the girl was really a boy is like not even the reason that the scene is so crazy. The scene is crazy because you're seeing somebody wearing a mask and they're playing it off like it's their actual face. So it's this non-moving face, and also the look in the eyes, because oh my god, it gives me chills just thinking about it. Like, because the eyes are like they're barely, and I want to say maybe they were looking at the people, I forget, but all I know is like we're gonna have to edit that shot into this video, and it's gonna creep me the hell out while I'm editing this video. And on top of that, I'm doing a video right now, and I'm doing 10 things that traumatized me, and I do not think I put this scene from Sleepaway Camp on that video, but rest assured it will be in one of my traumatized videos for certain, because it still legitimately creeps me out. Like, there are times I've watched videos on YouTube about somebody like would be talking about this movie, and whenever they cut to that scene, I don't even want to look at my phone. Yeah. Like, I don't want to look at it. And just hearing the growling sound in my ear when I'm like not even looking at the phone, it's like it still puts that image in my head, so it still like really freaks me out.
Dude.
It's creepy. It's really creepy. Like that face and that growling sound is a nightmare. Like, you know, especially because it's 2025. You know, the idea of a boy being trans.
Basically,
You know what I mean? Like, I know in the 80s that probably shocked people, but it's 2025. That doesn't shock people now.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
But what is scary is that face. That face and that growling will never stop being scary.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, and I mean, again, infinitely creepier than Jason or Freddy or Chucky or Leprechaun or any of that crap. Like, infinitely creepier. In fact, I can't think of anything. What is Leprechaun? Leprechaun is, oh my God, we'll have to get to that sometime because it sure is funny. So any final thoughts? Anything else you got to say about Sleepaway Camp?
I'd rate it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Yep. Well, actually, a million out of 10. That movie was so good.
I would give it 10 burnt child predators out of 10. Yeah. Well, all right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this first Halloween video of 2025. And we will see you very soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, fellas. Bye.